All this month, we've been profiling members of the Gold House A100 list, highlighting the most influential Asians and Pacific Islanders of this year. And I am excited to say one of those is my dear friend, Weijia Jiang. You viewers, of course, will know her as CBS News' senior White House correspondent, but did you know that next year she will become the first woman of color to serve as president of the White House Correspondents Association? But her story begins in an unexpected place, about 300 miles west of Pennsylvania Avenue, in a small town far from where she was born in China.
You picked the best time of year to come to Buchanan, West Virginia. It is the West Virginia Strawberry Festival.
How did your parents find themselves here in Buchanan, West Virginia, population 5,500?
Yes, this is a question that I grew up asking myself.
The answer to that question is part of her family's American dream.
Both presidential candidates will...
And one that propelled her to the front lawn of 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue.
Weijia Jiang, CBS News, the White House.
Having that perspective of growing up in rural America has been so valuable because I get it. You want a press corps to reflect America.
When Weijia was 2, her father moved their family from Xiamen, China, to West Virginia, where he attended graduate school.
So this is where I did my homework. This is where my friends would come hang out with me.
The Jiangs opened the only Chinese restaurant in Buchanan, in this building.
My parents worked 15 to 18 hours a day. And it is backbreaking work. The gift that they gave me was my work ethic and my understanding of what an opportunity it is to be able to do work that we love.
So this is your house?
This is a house.
Their hard work allowed them to fulfill another element of the American dream when they bought this home.
I handmade thousands of SAT flashcards, and they're all still intact. My dad used to always say, you don't know it right now, but you are making money while you study. And then I got a full scholarship to college.
You mean dumplings?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her parents still live in Buchanan and still make dumplings with love.
What does it feel like for you whenever you see Weijia on television?
Well, I'm so proud of her. Yeah, of course, yeah.
But not every moment is easy to watch.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Like this charged exchange with former President Donald Trump
Why is this a global competition to you?
at the height of COVID.
And maybe that's a question you should ask China.
Sir, why are you saying that to me specifically?
I'm not saying it specifically to anybody. I'm saying it to anybody that would ask a nasty question like that.
That's not a nasty
Please go ahead.
But Weijia had developed a thick skin growing up in an area with few people of color.
But I think the fearlessness came from having to learn how to defend myself. People used to always ask if I could see because my eyes were so small. By the time I was in high school, you know, come at me. I will give it right back to you. How are you?
She credits her middle school video journalism class with Mrs. Diane Williams for inspiring her career.
Mrs. Williams is the whole reason why I became a broadcaster. You are!
I don't see why not.
Mrs. Williams encouraged Weijia to apply to a contest.
And she already is doing a tremendous job.
Hosted by a student-geared broadcast called Channel 1 News.
And if you won, they flew you to Los Angeles for a week and a half.
I'm Weijia Jiang from Buchanan, West Virginia.
Out of 13,000 applicants, she was one of 20 winners.
The actual anchor and reporters who were working that I got to shadow were Tracy Smith of CBS Sunday Morning and Lisa Ling, who was a CBS News contributor. And I was only 13 years old. And to me, they were goddesses. And still are, I should say. But I got to see what it meant to be a broadcast journalist. And I couldn't unsee it.
I hope to be the next Connie Chung and better. That's kind of hard, but that's my goal. And
Still, at the time, Weijia couldn't see many people who looked like her on the news.
I wasn't taking a hairbrush and pretending to sing. I was taking a hairbrush and pretending I was Connie Chung. There were still just less than a handful of prominent Asian American broadcasters. WBUN, our news.
Right.
We have to recreate this.
At Buckhannon Upshur Middle School, Weijia and Mrs. Williams guided us to the small basement room used for that video journalism class nearly 30 years ago.
I'm Weijia Jiang.
And I'm Diane Williams.
In a final full circle moment, Weijia had her chance to share a message with students, imparting big wisdom on her small town.
When I was sitting in the same seats that you're sitting in right now, I dreamed of becoming a TV news reporter. And now I cover the White House for CBS News. And I don't think I'd be there had it not been for BUMS.
And it is my great pleasure to bring in my dear, dear friend, mom and wife extraordinaire, our senior White House correspondent, Weijia Jiang. I'm going to cry because...
I'm already crying.
Yes,
it's very
Weijia,
emotional.
This story, I know that you were reluctant to share it because you, like all great journalists, don't want to make the story about you. But we talked about how this is, while being your story, it's bigger than you. It's bigger. Your journey is for all of the dreamers out there, all of the first generation and immigrant children who in themselves see your story and see themselves reflected back in it.
That's right. You know, when you asked me to do this, I was really hesitant because we never want to be the focus of any story. But in this context, I realized it's not my story. It's the immigrant story for anyone who comes to this country with nothing but a dream, especially for younger generations who have to see it to believe it. And now they can see me here at the White House. It is an American story because you can grow up in a tiny town in West Virginia, and because of the endless opportunities in this country, you can be here at the White House. And so that's why it was so meaningful to share it. And thank you, Vlad, and thank you, CBS Mornings, for this gift. And thank you to my parents forever.
Yes. Yes. Thank you to your parents. It's very emotional seeing them, and I'm sure they're so proud of you, and seeing your teacher that made such a difference in your life. It's a powerful, powerful tale.
And you are courageous and brave every single day, and you know what I'm talking about. I'm so proud of you, Weijia.
And you're one of the best in the business.
Weijia, we talked about how being from small town West Virginia was so important for us to share. We could have done this story in Washington, D.C., but I often think that people think that we who cover politics, who cover news in America, are elitists from the East Coast.
Right.
They don't realize that we are from the small towns across
small
this
town
country,
USA as well.
And that's the perspective that we bring. Love you, Weijia. Thank you very much for letting me be the one to share your story for you.
Love you, Weijia.
Love you guys. Thank you.